we are a minority here.
So much racism growing up here from the kids in school. F that, I don't care who you are and where we are.
Nah, you ignorant haole, none of your business, leave it alone.
My bus stop was here, I had to traverse this neighborhood, I had to fight. The real difference was her attitude. Entitlement. Today we're gonna do a video with our guy Kenny from our team. We did this podcast about being of that cultural background in Hawaii. Quick disclaimer before we get into this video, we are not telling you to move to a place, to not move to a place. What we're trying to do is bring value and sharing experience. Hawaii is a different place, entirely unique culture, and a lot of people are either excited, nervous. I get it. Half my family is deep south dirt road. My dad was a Waikiki beach boy, townie, and then you have Kenny from the mainland, moved here as a military family, and so we just seek to share experience for entertainment value. We're not telling you where to move or where not to move, okay? We're starting out here in Ewa Beach in front of Campbell High School. Me and this guy have all kinds of memories here. And what I'm gonna do first, I'm gonna frame the negative, like frame how bad it is to grow up in these areas. Now that I've come back to Hawaii to raise my kids and establish my family permanently, I did not choose to come back to my hometown. Forerunner blasting sounds earlier, Nissan Altima blasting their sounds. If we need any further symbology than the Nissan Altima slamming sounds. Ewa Beach Park right there, memories. I remember this one time, huge fight at Campbell. Like, you know, you have snow days on the mainland, we had fight days. This was one of those rumbles, one of those brawls. It was such a huge fight, it spilled over into the park and they shut school down. I'm pretty sure the rest of that Wednesday, Thursday into Friday. 50 plus people at the park here waiting. So two neighborhoods, Ewa Beach and Makakilo, like signed a treaty, united. Makakilo, they go to Campbell High School now, but back in our day, they were here. And so like signed a treaty, like united, came together to fight two other ethnicities. We'll just put it that way. Shout outs to my friend Jintel telling me about playing basketball over here. I never used to go, but it'd be like, oh, you had next. And then guys come, nope. You know more next, I got next. All that kind of stuff over here, right? So I have more memories around here, which I could tell you guys about in a minute. But when we were parking, we noticed this car just rolled up with a diverse group of people in sort of green outreach shirts. Like, what's going on? And prior to that, we had seen someone seemingly having a little trouble. The people went and got the person and said, hey, I got food and supplies for you. And then some other people showed up, like from wherever, and I guess they saw the green shirts and they came and got food and whatever. You know what the situation is. And so another thing I was thinking as Kenji and I were walking from over there is a lot of this anxiety is like was brought upon me, right? I was like, why don't I go to the park? You know, I get into a fight over there. You probably just go as long as you act cool, right? I used to go to the skate park over there and it was cool, but definitely coming down here, you kind of head on a swivel, right? I may or may not know a guy that looks like Caleb from the Green or BJ Penn who first partook in herbology in the bathroom over there. That's just the kind of things you got over here. Generally, you see parks that aren't in cities that have a lot of people during the day. Sometimes that can be a sign of things, right? But this zip code in this area, and now even this school, it's two things. It's almost like this school right here represents whatever Beach has now become. Our days, my stepbrother guy's days, was just this old building. That thing been there since 67, a long time. But now you have these new buildings. Ho'akale, Ocean Point, Gentry, all the new buildings in Ewa Beach. There's also new buildings in the school. Ewa Beach is a dichotomy of things. It's a mix. Back to the real estate, right? So strong consideration for a lot of people because a lot of people are like, well, I want a single family home or I want a decent townhouse and I want it to have insulation and 2x4, so double wall construction. I want a decent home. Where can I get it on my limited budget? Even Makakilo, even Mililani is a lot more expensive than Ewa Beach. We're not even getting into town, Hawaii Kai, Kailua. This is the flattest, like most densely populated suburb. And so this is something we're always talking about. Here at Old Building, I've told this story before, but my stepbrother guys, they would have grabbed like 91 or something. Like probably the late 80s, probably 89. Drive-by shooting right here, right over here. This big Samoan girl picked up my one stepbrother, threw him behind the concrete wall and hit him. I remember when the big fight was happening, I was on that corner. Sorry to the Campbell student if I'm, you know, ruining your thing right now, but back in my days, that side of the library, if you wanted to buy it, it was being sold. Just put it like that. One thing interesting is there's this kind of like suicide or jump stop things. There are these things that either prevent you from jumping off or from being thrown off. Had this guy my high school year. We know those big silver trash cans, the big like heavy like stainless steel one. Take the thing, throw it off the third building into a crowd of people. Luckily someone never died. That guy's a cop now. You know what I'm talking about? This bathroom, right down this hall, this bathroom in Campbell. Guys used to throw fireworks, cherry bombs, homemade bomb sort of thing. Someone lost their hearing. Was that my freshman or was it your freshman year? They went deaf. They're in there using the bathroom, throw a thing in, bah! Literally eardrums, no more. Pow, done, no mas. I remember right on this corner of old building, we're just talking old building. We're not even going into all the other, like, on this corner of old building, couple of you know, gang member guys, we're gonna fight the security guard. I remember the security guard coming to help on something, the guy, bang, what? And the security guard kind of being like, bruh, just trying to help. I will say, I went to church this Sunday. I don't go to church regularly, but I went. Our old neighbors in Mililani, they moved down here so their son could play a significant role in the football team. He said he loves it. The guy, yeah, I went Mililani, now I go Campbell. He said he loves it. Anecdotally, one of the guys I bowl with, he's military. It does not get more corn-fed than this brother. And he said his daughter goes here, she loves it. Experiences may vary. I'm just kind of setting the tone for these questions that we're gonna ask Kenny. So we're gonna acknowledge some of the comments that some of you guys brought forward, sort of accusing us of not telling the whole true story. Have Kenny address them. But also to my local people, like, hey, what? Who's this guy? Who's this guy from the main line you're talking about? I'm gonna show you guys some of the comments we get from our clients about Kenny, how hardworking, honest, etc. he is. We do these surveys weekly with clients that we're either super active with or in escrow with, and we'll just show you some of the feedback to show you what kind of agent and person Kenny is as he gives his perspective and his experience being very much a minority, but existing here in Ewa Beach. Let's go talk with Kenny. I really appreciate the content you share. As a white guy from the mainland who's lived on Oahu twice, I can honestly say I've had such a positive experience. So much so that I'm planning to move back within the next year. Hawaii just keeps calling me back.
Love that.
Not surprising?
Not surprising at all. A lot of our clients that we help transplanting or have been here before and coming back again just like this. I have people here right now that I'm doing showings with. That's everything they feel. All of the experiences. They're staying in a little tiny Airbnb and right in the middle of Waikiki.
Okay.
They went to the North Shore today. They've been out to the windward side. They drove out to Waianae. We're checking out the whole island. The vast majority of their experience has just been everybody's super cool here. We love it. This is where we want to be. Again, I think it's attitude, it's perspective, it's having some humility and respect and saying hi to people and not staring them down.
I just want to shout out Black Market Army, who said, appreciated the open and honest conversation. Yeah, thank you.
Thank you.
How about this one, Kenny? Got verbally attacked at Pohiki for asking if they knew what was going on with the dredging. I'm blonde. I've lived here for 6 years and have experienced a lot of discrimination, especially in the schools. I'm not the racist one. There's also a commenter who says, good for you. How do you feel about that one?
That one.
What's your reaction?
I think the dredging is the genesis of where there's conflict there, because that can get into the changing of the land.
Yeah, but he's just saying, hey, do you guys know what's going on out there?
Nah, you ignorant Howley. Why you even ask? None of your business. Leave it alone. I'm just, that's a gut shot of how I might see that comment and response.
I'm gonna point out something. You almost sound like an apologist. Just pointing out, I think why that works for you is you approach these things with humility. Because it'd be easy to be like, F that, I don't care who you are or where we are. I'm just asking a question and you're being basically racist to me. I'm not the racist one. I remember having that same response in Alabama. I just went in to order some grits. And this lady, like, everyone stopped eating. They were looking at me. They were being weird. And I was like, telling my family, I was like, let's go in and fight these people. You know, my dad and my older siblings who are used to it, they're like, we're in Alabama. We're like in deep Alabama. What do you want? I think it's a good attitude from you.
Yeah. If that dredging is in my neighborhood, I'm going to respond to it and say, hey, I have just as much interest in this as you do. I live here. I've been here. I would tend to get aggressive if it were me, but just from a 20,000 foot level on the sideline.
You're thinking maybe that was it. Maybe it was a touchy subject.
Yeah, I get it.
Okay, here, here's a good one. Joy Waters says, I am considered white here, parentheses, I'm Jewish, and grew up on Oahu. Went to Honolulu public schools all my life, Kalani High grad, but I couldn't wait to leave at 17 years old. Experienced so much racism growing up here from the kids in school. Maybe it was just part of the bullying that goes on with kids. I'm in my 50s now, I'm still here. Overall, I would say I often feel other here, despite growing up here and all the years I spent in Hawaii. She goes on to say more. What do you think about that one?
I don't have that same experience. What I would say is just my reaction to that is I understand it. We are a minority here.
Well,
I'm not Jewish, but I could guess that I probably look a certain way similar to her.
You had the fortune of not having been a kid here.
Correct.
Kids are assholes sometimes.
That's a conversation I have with all the different parents, from Cub Scouts to soccer to gymnastics now, where Jody takes her kids. The boys are going to that too. Kids at that age, when she said she wanted to leave at 17, middle school and high school kids they're just assholes.
7th to 9th, 10th grade.
Yeah.
We're all the worst humans.
Yes.
Those are the worst humans on Earth. This is a great one. So Lost on Purpose 888. I moved to Oahu in 2020 when I retired. I never had one person be negative to me. My neighbor moved in at the same time as me and had nothing but bad experiences. Other than she's blonde and I'm not, the real difference was her attitude, entitlement. I came in humbly. She came in wanting to be the same as the mainland. She never got it and moved a year later. That could be a whole video.
It really is just attitude. I do have friends here that are blonde, or that are redhead, or that are transplants having problems, or that have been here way longer than I have.
Where do you know them from? Church, sports?
Sports and school.
Do they kind of like look at you and in the way that some brothers look at Kenji and want to like talk in brotherhood? Like, do they look at you and they're like, bro, it's tough out here in these Ewa Beach streets?
Victim's mentality is sort of where I lean towards, or just kind of defensive and negative in general, looking for the problem rather than the resolution.
Because you can find both, right?
100%.
Visual acuity, we can only see so much. Like, Intel went up 35% today. On the great side, you could invest and you could start to look at these insider trades that are happening, grow your wealth. On the other side, you say these dang politicians, because there's a few who bought Intel 2 weeks ago.
Yep.
Because they knew Nvidia was going to invest $5 billion into Intel. Both are true.
Yep.
And so when you come back to that person and they're like, hey, it's tough out here for us, right? These people are treating us bad, and you're like, I don't know, it's been good for me. I enjoy it. Look at my water bottle. Q Kenny's water bottle.
Bro, the thing is local AF. Look at that. Oh, you Ewa Beach now.
So when you don't meet them where they are on that, and you're like, my experience has been fine.
Yeah.
How is the response back? The second volley back to you?
The caveat to me answering this is they're friends, so we hang out together, we do barbecues together, see each other at school and on the soccer field, stuff like that, right? It's encouraging for me to have them be honest and give me their experiences, and I try to encourage them back. I'm just not a victim. I don't see it that way. Yeah. Maybe that's me being more humble. Maybe that's me having more respect. I try not to fix things for people, because they're gonna do it differently. If they ask for advice, I give it. And
a mind changed against its will is of the same mind still.
Right. 100%.
Do you think you've had experiences like these people and just not noticed it? Ray Charles, Stevie Wonder to the BS?
I don't think that I'm ignorant. I think that I pay attention. I have boys that I have to look over and protect and make sure they're in good positions. And I have my general concerns. I see things every once in a while, but it's the periphery. It's never coming at me.
I don't really see it coming at you.
Yeah, I see it, so I understand why this is a really strong conversation. To me, it's going to circle back to attitude every time.
Being white in Hawaii now for 7 years now, I have seen my fair share of anti-white racism. It's way more common than I feel they are letting on. And in my experience, attitude had nothing to do with it. I've seen more anti-white racism in Hawaii than anywhere else in the world. I commented back, that's fair, and mahalo for contributing to the conversation. Also, I received the most racism in Pensacola, Florida, as a non-white, non-black kid from both white and black kids. Do you think that it's maybe more shocking to you because you've never not been the majority? Not a snarky question, just a calm and curious one. He said, I think it was more shocking mainly because the way Hawaii is normally thought of as the aloha state. I think I came here expecting to be accepted and welcome, even though I was warned I wouldn't be, and I had the opposite experience. I've seen anti-white racism before in other places, just not to this level, and in such a short amount of time.
Wow.
It's an anecdote, huh?
It is where the conversation continues. Sorry it's happening. I would encourage you to just consider where that's coming from. If it's something that you see as common and that it's not attitude, where does that change have to come from? Are you just okay with it? And has it happened elsewhere? There's an aloha spirit here. In that aloha spirit and in that respect and humility that's built deeply into the culture here, if there's any disrespect to it, it goes reverse just as strong as it does to the positive. That's something that I've seen. I haven't felt it because I feel like I just got really lucky. Was blessed to have some good early coaching when I got here. Here's a couple of things that you should just really never do no matter where you are on the island.
You like started doing real estate and then you're in back office rooms of us having some, you know, realtors can have weird conversations in private, right? And it's like,
we've seen some stuff.
This street, you know, this street versus that street.
Right.
Kenji found this one. EG7977 says, cut the bullshit. There is big time racism discrimination towards white people. Lived here most of my life. My Filipino boxing coach told me, if you're white in Hawaii, you better know how to fight. And that's the truth.
I'm not sure exactly how to respond to that. There's some attitude in that response, and I said I would circle back to attitude.
I mean,
I'm not calling you out. I'm not calling you out. I'm just seeing it and hearing it the way I see it and hear it, and calling that part out.
This is my response to that. Like, I'm not saying there wasn't a spark by someone else. I'm saying you sound like one fan to the Flames.
Yes.
I don't know though. I'm not victim shaming and I acknowledge that you're probably right. When my dad passed, I started seeing a counselor, great guy, local, very much doesn't look like he's from here, but was born and raised here. And he's like, my bus stop was here. I had to traverse this neighborhood. I had to fight. It wasn't a choice. There's that experience.
Yeah. By no means am I saying that none of this exists. It's just hasn't landed on my doorstep. It's in my periphery. I have friends that are having trouble. I know it's out there, but there has to be a cause and effect in it.
But someone could be in Safeway minding their business, buying quinoa, and an asshole could approach them. It happens. Like some of these people in the comments, although they seem to have this inherent attitude, that could have been the spark, and they could have been the fan to the flame. My stepmom in the grocery store has had like an auntie be like, hey, Howdy, move. This is more 90s, 2000s, but it happens.
Yeah, it happens.
So let me transition you to this. You are still choosing to raise kids here.
Yes.
How's it going, and do you have any concerns as you approach middle school?
We are all in. We've retired. We're staying. My mom lives here now. So yes, all in, and we've chosen that path. Approaching middle school, not necessarily second grader is my oldest.
You're not approaching,
but yes.
That flies by.
It's going to happen.
And as you think about it,
check back in a few years.
With all these comments and the obvious reason for even a video and a conversation like this being a thing, do you have some like, well, we're okay now, but we'll see?
Yes,
in middle school.
I still do every day. I work with some teenagers and some high school kids in a youth group with our church, and I'm getting more perspective and seeing that this is a real thing. And some of those kids are local, some of them are transplanted, some of them have lived here since they were my kids' age and are having problems now. Inevitably, it is going to hit my doorstep, and I'm prepared for it when it does. I think
we can never be fully prepared.
No.
As much as we can be, right?
Yeah. Conversations like this continue, and I think that helps with preparing for it. The thing that I'm most interested in right now is not fights, but my 5-year-old's getting like affectionate with girls in class and after school, and so there's like the closeness might be part of the problem too. Just the love and hate, and which side you're on, where your attitude's at, whether you're the fan or the spark. The hug and the kiss on the cheek, the greeting.
The Polynesian part of Hawaii, because Hawaii is multifaceted. Polynesian part is very kiss on the cheek, hug, touchy-feely kind of culture.
Right.
Almost Latinish, but not the same thing. And so what? He get some local girls like hold his hand
and kiss in class and kiss at lunch. I'm like, not at 5.
It's inappropriate to laugh because it's a double standard in society. If it were your daughter, I would be upset myself.
Yes. We are taking it seriously, and we've had conversations with A+ leaders and with the teacher, and we're trying not to single out the one girl that seems to be kind of the provocative one of
the provocateur.
Like, and I think it's playful, and I'm not all that concerned about it.
But that children, it is playful, but why is that the style of play, right?
Right, exactly.
Yeah, interesting. When I was young in the mainland, we started kissing and stuff at a young age.
Yeah.
I blame that on sort of not the best parenting and socioeconomic situation where we had too much free time and we were imitating adults. I shouldn't have been.
Yeah.
It was bad. I just wanted, for the record, it was bad. I don't want that for Kenny's kid. Are you trying to figure out how much you might attribute that to local culture?
Part of it. I don't think that I'm blaming it on the huggy, affectionate, kiss on the cheek culture that we live in. I think they're just being kids, and there's probably some type of like their version of tag, you're it.
Someone
but it's
saw
a kiss
something
thing.
to role model. Someone had the
Right.
guts to do it, and then it caught on.
Right. And now it's, oh, that was funny. Let's do it again. Let's do it again. So it's an entertainment value to them.
Before we linked up, I went to Campbell. So let me just tell you some of the places that I maybe felt a little like I don't even know if I wanted to go there as like a high school kid. But nowadays I see people like you going to these places. So like Campbell, North Road in the Manapua, man. Various parks like Ewa Beach Community Park, Hawaiʻi Bush. There's a lot of sports now at the park on Renton Road and Eva's where we play football and stuff. I got jumped. I got jumped by guys and side blinded and almost knocked out. I had stitches over there in that park. But these are places that in the 90s, like Mahi's dad used to take her to that beach, but he'd buy beers for the uncles and be like, hey, watch my daughter. Like he felt like he needed to bring a peace offering. And he's like Hawaiian man.
Yeah.
But now people like your family just go Hawaiʻi Bush.
Yeah.
Do you think that the average like Ho'akale, Ocean Point person understands that was a beach people didn't even go to like 20, 30 years ago?
Is probably the word that I'm going to peel out of what you're saying.
Yeah.
The first time I went there, very apprehensive. Uncles with their long fishing pole with a hook out in the water. I'm not going to mess with that territory. They're fishing. They've been there for a minute. They're not going anywhere.
You're not gonna
Let me
swim
find
in
a
front of
spot
their
down
line.
the beach a little bit from them. Going into Hawaiʻi Bush, there's tents and tarps and there's that, and there's always some apprehension just because you don't know what mind state some of those people might be in. And so leave them alone. But after the first time or two going and having no issues, we go when we want to go. Nimitz, White Plains, Barb's, Ewa Beach Park. Our Cub Scouts meet at Ah Sing. We play pickleball at Mahiko once or twice a month.
So money not being a real issue, and you can move to Kailua right now. Kailua, Hawaii Kai. Do you stay in this Ho'akale neighborhood, or do you go to one of those? Because a lot of people moving here, they're like, I want to go to one of those more east neighborhoods, but Ewa, this is what I can afford and what I'd want. This kind of house. You worth $4 million, $5 million right now. Do you move over there?
I would.
Yeah?
I would. Not because there's things that I don't like about Ewa, and we're not staying. We have no plans of leaving.
Yeah.
So I have to say that first and foremost. But if money were not an issue, and we could pick up our house and put it in Kailua and buy it again for whatever that value change is because we're in Kailua,
For 30%, 40% more maybe.
we would do that.
You would do it?
Yeah. The counter commute, shopping, all the other amenities, things around.
But not for
those-
demographics necessarily.
No, not for demographics.
Just
no.
cool place to live,
Yeah.
beach, shopping,
Yeah.
commute.
And you say that and you make me think about whether or not I would stay here instead. Because Kailua, when I go to Kailua, dang, I might catch some smoke for this. There's more, it feels more transient than almost anywhere else on the island.
Transient transplant. Yeah, outside of Waikiki, Kailua is the most touristy place, aside from maybe North Shore.
When I say transient, I mean people that don't live there at all. They're there for a couple weeks, they're there for a month, or they came on a bus and they're there for a few hours. It's Waikiki meets the burbs. It's beautiful. I love the geography there. I love, the beaches out there, things to do, all of that would be awesome. But when you bring up demographic, this feels more family and planted and rooted and growing for the right reasons. Whereas Kailua is what it is. It has a high demand. It's super duper popular, but like you're gonna have to wait for the tour bus to go by. You're gonna have people walk in with their boards and their paddle and their canoe and
Robert's Hawaii tour bus dropping them off, whatever the case may be.
Yeah, and I mean nothing to say that by the locals that have moved there and
get
they
plenty,
do that.
like,
But
rooted locals.
how many of those things that are in my way and causing grief and strife that don't actually live there? And that's why I don't like Waikiki and downtown Honolulu as a place to live. I go down there, enjoy all of it, and then I leave and I come home.
Yeah. There you have it, guys. Call to action time. 1, go to coreteamhawaii.com for any and everything real estate that you need. 2, it would be awesome if you did the subscribe, like thing. Please do it. Hit the notification bell. 3, we have these conversations. We have these hard walk a fine line conversations to bring you guys value on the channel. Load up the comments on this one. Comment the crap out of this one. And also let us know what other kind of hard conversations or unique conversations you guys want us to have on the channel, all right? CoreTeamHawaii.com.
Down at the bottom of the page.